Hey, what's up? What's up, TikTok? It's your girl Jocelyn Williams here with another video. And y'all know I'm pretty much only gonna talk about things that I pretty much know that I observed or that I experienced at some point in my life. So what I want to talk about is something that I've shared with you guys before, and it is um, when we try to either fix others or we have issues of letting go. And a lot of times we think that letting go is letting go of an individual, letting go of a bad habit or whatever it may be. And those are true facts and things that are true statements that we may need to incorporate in our lives. But only you know where you're at in your situation. So, one of the things that I want to talk about is some of the steps that we have to learn on how to let go, because letting go can simply mean letting go even of yourself. And let me be specific when I say letting go of yourself, not letting yourself go. Understand me? Not letting yourself go, but letting go of yourself. There is a difference. So, what am I saying is sometimes in order to let go, wherever it is, to let go of the pain, the hurt, um, the deception, it could be pain from any reason. So, you plug this wherever you see fit to plug it in your situation. But we must learn that there are steps to help us to let go, and it's beneficial for us to let go of certain things, okay? Certain things, certain people, and things of that nature. So, one of the things I want to share with you is these steps of helping to let go of the past. And you may be in the middle of it. You may have already overcome this and completed all of these steps. But do know, excuse me, that this is a process, okay? It ain't no one and done. All right, so step one is acceptance. We must accept what has happened. You can't change it. And one of the steps in accepting it is avoiding the desire to change reality. You can't change a certain thing. You can't change an individual. You can't be the one to do that, to produce that change. Only God can do that. And that individual has to want the willingness to do that. But what happens is we begin to put ourselves in a situation to become stressed, to become and even misalign with the Holy Spirit, because now we're trying to do what only God can do. So let me just stay focused on this. Step two would be forgiveness. All right. No longer allowing the hurt, the pain, the anger, and the shame to hold you prisoner. So we think of forgiveness is what we do for others, but really it's not. It's about releasing ourselves from our own emotional prison. Okay? So stop thinking that you're giving them the benefit. You are saving your own self when you begin to forgive. So we must forgive situations and things like that. When people do certain things and it seems like it continues to happen, then you have to figure out how to address it, how to deal with that situation, or how to deal with that individual. When they show you that that is who they are, that they are incapable in the moment of changing, then there has to be healing to take place. But in the meantime, then you and I have to know how to deal with that person. You continue to be hurt because you keep on expecting something from an individual that has not been healed or come to that level of being able to master that section. Okay, so step three is to focus on the present, because when we focus on the present, guess what? We're no longer reflecting on the past. So that's something that we got to be mindful of. So focus on the present puts us in the driver's seat of our thoughts and our emotions. So we must be careful of the things that we allow to take precedent in our life. We have the power to control that. So as long as you focus on the present, you will not be thinking on the things of the past, the things that have hurt you, the things that has come in and created some type of havoc in your life. Because also the word says to think on these things, things that are pure, things that are lovely, things that are good, things that are self-sufficient, things that's going to push you forward. So we got to be mindful of what we put in our thoughts, okay? The enemy would love to keep you stuck and stagnant, keep you thinking back on the past. So we have to engage in the word, and the word will work if we work the word. Okay? So, number four, step four, would be embracing the change. Sometimes it's hard when we got to sit back and face the reality of us. We ain't talking about nobody else. I'm not talking about you reflecting about your son, your daughter, your husband, your wife, your boss on your job, your friends. This is about you. So if your mind keep going to somebody else and you're thinking about another person, if that's where your mind is going, then you already off course. This is about you. This is about you and what you need to do to implement the change. Okay, now I don't know how long they've been home across the street, but because I'm not doing this video, which I hardly ever do a video outside, they decided to come outside to get groceries. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. All right, distractions, but stay focused. Like I said, step four is embracing the change. So this is challenging for a lot of people because our brains are habitually gravitated towards routine and familiarity, even if it's bad. Even if it's bad, our mind will gravitate to that what is routine. So embracing the present through challenges, all right, allows us to dismantle what we may have had stuck in our head, in our thoughts, in our behaviors, and or patterns, okay, that are no longer to serve us. They no longer serve us, but they keep us rooted in the past, okay? So we have to learn that we have to change, that we no longer can stay rooted in the past of something that we cannot change. If you can't change it, then, you know, you just have to uh, uh, you have to move forward and accept that. That's part of the first step of acceptance, okay? So you must accept that. So that's step four. So in step five is to seek support. All right, so whether you're seeking a friend, a therapist, or attending a group session, so that's one of the things we won't attend. We'll sit there, we'll mope. Everybody want to be so private about what they're going on. I can guarantee you, everybody that you run into each day, they're gonna have an issue. Somebody have an issue. They got a family issue. They got some sort of issue going on in their life, but due to shame, due to embarrassment, due to whatever the case may be, people are so private that we can't get help because we want to be so private. We don't want nobody to know what's going on, so we stay there and we stay sunken into the elements of what the enemy is bringing. You know, then you begin to fall into depression. You begin to fall into these different areas because we choose to sit back and be quiet. Now, I'm not saying you got to get on here and do a TikTok, tell your whole world, tell your whole business, get on here and do a video, but seek help. Seek help. And because what we go through is not for us, it's for somebody else. So you got to be willing to tell the story, because what we encounter in life, it is not for us, you guys. It is for someone else. So let's remember that. So like I said, in the steps to help us of letting go of the past is number one. Step one is acceptance. Step two is forgiveness. Step three is to focus on the present, okay? Step four is to embrace the change. And step five is to seek support. So I encourage you to do that. And just know that when a person has shown you, that they remain to be unchanged and continues to reopen that past wounds, hurting or draining us in the process, that this is a sign that we should move deliberately and self-protective in the way we communicate and interact with them. So be positive. The goal is to ultimately to practice acceptance, forgive, live in the present, embrace, and lean on others along the way. I'm your girl, Jocelyn Williams. Y'all be blessed. Don't stay stuck. And the mission, the goal, is for you to fix you. Not your son, your daughter, your co-worker, not even your dog. Focus on you in this season, and everything else will align itself. Can we do that? So let's make that our mission. It don't have to be a New Year's resolution. It can start with you on today, December the 27th. Y'all be blessed. I'm your girl, Jocelyn Williams. Y'all enjoy this day. It's a little gloomy out, but to God be the glory. I'll be blessed.